Hello, everybody, it's Datum, and I'm really excited to talk about what I have in store for you next. This is the biggest idea that I've had for the channel so far, and it ties back into me talking about writing on World Anvil and Elthos RPG some actual new content when it comes to campaign stuff and things that Dungeon Masters could use and players could get excited about. Today, I'm announcing that I'm going to start working on the 5EFree campaign setting. So what I'm trying to do with this campaign setting is make it the easiest way to start playing D&D and creating your own story without having to create your own world at the beginning. I think it's pretty intimidating to try and think about creating a whole world when you first start playing. So I'm hoping that this is going to be material that new dungeon masters can jump right into things and that older dungeon masters might consider using as something that's going to be as much of a common language of the edition as possible. So what I want to do is I don't want to change anything that's in the core rulebooks. I want all of the things in lore and canon that are set forth in the core rulebooks to apply. The times that I'm going to add fully new things is when there's some hole that's just glaring and open in what's been given in the three core books. I want everything that's in those books to still exist in 5EFree campaign setting because I want it to be something where people can walk in with only having to know anything about maybe the player's handbook if you're a player, and the Dungeon Master's Guide will have part of the setting built right in. When I do have to make those decisions on putting something totally in, what I'm going to do is have a conversation with you guys and let you know why I made a certain decision and what I was thinking about going through and why I think it's right for what I'm trying to do with 5EFree campaign setting. The way I'm going to accomplish this is that each video that's going to be in this series is going to have to do with a specific aspect of the game. This could be something from deities to parts of the character classes and races that are described in the book, and that there are certain tenets that seem to be very important when it comes to those archetypes for both the characters and the classes. We're going to dig into that and make things that are actually canon in the campaign setting that follow along exactly with what's being described in the Dungeon Master's Guide. And what I'm going to do every time that we have one of those videos is I'm going to explain how to make that thing, what that thing actually is, and we're going to go a little bit into like the real world history of how those things have been and use some examples and figure out a good way to approach those things in this setting that are the most accessible, that are something that a lot of people are going to have a shared experience of, so that is going to make it comfortable and easy to use and intuitive to people without having to really read in and study and try and do something that's a lot different than what's going on in reality. Out of each of these segments is going to come a fully formed new piece of content for the campaign setting. So there may be things like, for example, there's going to be more than one deity. So what am I going to do with those? Well, what I plan on doing is going through all of these different things to where I can get all these templates and all this value out to how to approach this if you wanted to make things of your own, to make things a little bit different than the 5EFree campaign setting, but still using what I've worked through when it comes to a good process of getting to the point of being able to do that on your own. Along with the videos, I plan to provide a template, probably Google Documents, that is going to give you a outline for what I talked about and how you can get creative and give you a little bit of prompting on the ideas that we talked about in the video. with this content, I don't want it to only be informative and helping with the creative process. I want them to also be entertaining. So what I've done so far is mostly just been talking at the camera, and it's been very straightforward. But I think what I want to start to do is incorporate more graphics and more little music and filters and all those things that are appropriate when, certain things happen. So I want to take it from being kind of just me talking to, looking more like a more highly produced YouTube video. And I'm hoping that it's going to be as entertaining as it is helpful and fun to help you with getting more out of the Core Rulebooks 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. So, as you can probably tell, some of these are going to require a little bit of research, a little bit of thought and time, and actually developing that new element, and then also probably reshooting that to go through the steps of how that actually came about. So, these videos are going to take a little bit longer to do. So, what I'm going to try and do is get them out as quickly as I can, but on the days that I'm not going to be able to finish a video, I'm going to have a discussion at least on the channel that we can interact and you guys can comment on, so that I just keep the conversation going and you guys know that I'm out there working on this stuff every day by just having to come to the YouTube channel. I have my other social media presences, but it's really can be a pain to kind of have to jump in between things unless you're already using those things primarily. So I'm going to make it easy for you guys. I'm going to bring everything to the YouTube channel, and all you have to do is come and watch and comment and interact and do those things that you would hopefully do with any YouTube video that you're really interested in and really enjoyed the content. So for today, what I'm going to talk about just for a few minutes is how to kind of figure out where to start. So in a campaign setting, there can be a lot of different things, and if you're already running a game, and if you're already in the process of getting people together and playing, there may be a different entry point. Maybe the town that you're going to be in is going to be really important, so you want to start putting some things in there. You want to also think about what are the most important things to the people that you're playing with. But since I'm going to be approaching this from kind of the Dungeon Master first and primary kind of angle, I'm going to start from the top up. So I'm going to go from cosmology and deities and things that kind of affect the whole world and have to do with the whole world story. And then I'm going to drill down from there. And we will see kind of like where every one of the topics goes. Every topic, there's a ton of different places to bring this idea to. So I'm going to kind of jump around, but that's kind of the overall idea, is to start way out and then get down into where I'm actually going to be creating some characters and kind of test running that kind of stuff by myself, and I'm going to do some of that stuff through the shorter social media types like TikTok and Twitter. I'm going to put those things out, and that adventure is going to be in that format, unless I got enough of it to where it made sense to make a whole YouTube video about it. So that's pretty much everything that I'm going to be doing and working on. So I really hope that you're having a great time with my content so far. And if you haven't already, if you would like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, and share this video. That's the best way for this channel to grow and for you to see what other people think about it that are in your own social circles. So I'd really like to get to know you and your friends and really make this something that you look forward to every day and as part of your routine. So this has been Daily Datum, and I will see you next time.